Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. We are here with Hujjatul Islam Mehdi Agha, and just wanted to ask you, Agha Sahab, how's your experience been for the 7th Annual Convention of Muslim Congress?
Alhamdulillah, it was very rejuvenating, and especially meeting all the mu'mineen, and the programs were also quite inspiring and geared towards more towards our needs, and I feel Alhamdulillah we are going in the right direction, and I hope there is always room for improvement for any institution, so definitely that's there, but Alhamdulillah I think we are on the right track.
Okay, do you have a message for the conference attendees after they come out of this conference? How should they work in their communities?
I was using this example when we were traveling and coming here by bus, that in Muslim countries when we feel depressed and when we want to rejuvenate ourselves and enlighten our spirits, we go and do the ziyarah of our ai and we go to the ziyarat of our imams. And since we don't have that here in United States, this is that with that spirit, if we have come here in this conference, then we are taking that light that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala by His mercy due to this holy month and due to the congregation of Mu'mineen has granted to this conference, we should take that spirit and keep that spirit alive, because now we are quite charged. We were blessed by all these opportunities that we had learning from so many ulema here. We should keep that spirit alive and not let it go, because that it will take another year for us to again come back and re-evaluate ourselves. So the best thing that we can do is the motivation and the spirit and the inspiration that we got from this conference, we should go and make some practical steps, take some practical steps towards action, and not let this spirit or that this inspiration that Allah has granted due to His mercy, let it go and fade away again in our lives.
Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. What is your name?
Taha Basali,
Taha Basali. Where are you from?
New Jersey.
Taha, how would you? Can you show us your shirt? It's a beautiful shirt. Can you tell me what this shirt says?
Hayhat min azillah. When Imam Hussein was alone in Karbala, he said, Hayhat min azillah, we will never be humiliated.
Okay, that's great. So how's your experience been at the 7th Annual Convention of the Muslim Congress?
MashaAllah. Good speeches, good Maulanas, everything has been good.
Spiritual, and we learn a lot in some of the the breakout sessions, and especially with the Agha Basalia. It's amazing experience. I think everybody should come once in their lifetime, or if they can bring it like every year, just to regain all the spiritual energy. I think this is a place we should be there.
Okay, and how was your experience this year?
This is my first time experience, but I love it. It's really very spiritual, and I must come next time.
Okay, thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Sayyid Bazaar Wahidi.
Bazaar Wahidi. Okay. Assalamu alaikum. I'm here with Hujjatul Islam Qari Sayyid Bazaar Wahidi. And Agha Sahab, can you tell us a little bit about your experience here at the 7th Annual Convention of the Muslim Congress?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. So this is my first time. I came here from my state, from California. But Alhamdulillah, that's very good. But I think we have to make, inshallah, more plans just with youth. I think with youth people, we don't have, more plan, right? Because youth people, I think, more important. Some meetings for ulama, private, and then that's alhamdulillah, so very good, but just for youth, inshallah.
MashaAllah, your qiraat was so beautiful yesterday. We had people just in a trance. So can you tell us a little bit about where you learned such beautiful qiraat, and alhamdulillah, how long did it take you to get to such quality, mashallah, that you displayed yesterday?
Thank you, but not beautiful, you're listening beautiful. Alhamdulillah, I was born in Iran, but I'm originally from Afghanistan, but I was born there. I grew up there, and I was studying in Hausa for 12 years. But I started recitation of Holy Quran. I was 7 years old. In Iran, I learned in Qom, Al-Muqaddasa, in Tehran, Mashhad.
MashaAllah. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum. Where are you from?
Kansas City, right here.
Oh wow, you're a local from Kansas City. Okay. Can you tell us a little bit about your experience here at the Muslim Congress?
Well, I work at the daycare, so I didn't really go to any lectures or anything, but I had a good time with the kids. Everyone here is really nice, so I had fun.
Okay, that's great. You were volunteering, so that was you made the conference work. Thank you very much for all your support. Thank you. Assalamu alaikum. You're gonna ask them how they like it. Assalamu alaikum. What is your name, brother?
Musa.
And where are you from, brother Musa?
From Iraq.
MashaAllah, from Iraq. And where do you live here in the United States?
I live in Kansas City. This is my area.
Oh, excellent. You're local from Kansas City. Okay. How did you like the conference?
It's great, man. I mean, we was going to the other state. They doing it to other state, but I don't know, like 2 or 3 years, they wasn't have it. But now when they bring it back, we are so happy. So we wish staying every year. We see brother Muslim, and we meet another place, inshallah.
Okay, that's wonderful. Assalamu alaikum. I'm here with Sister Rebecca, who's how do you want to get introduced yourself? You're a Press TV contributor and
Ahl Bayt TV lecturer at Islamic College in London.
Assalamu alaikum. I'm here with Sister Rebecca, who's a lecturer at the Islamic College in London. She's also a Press TV contributor and a contributor to Ahl Bayt TV and a number of other organizations. Assalamu alaikum, sister. How are you doing?
Wa alaikum salam wa rahmatullah. Alhamdulillah. Thank you.
How would you describe your experience at the 7th Annual Convention of the Muslim Congress?
I like coming here. I mean, this is the second time I've come here, and it's been great to meet the community, Muslim community out here in the US, get to know people and see what we've got in common in terms of what's happening in the UK and US as well. So it's been very nice to make some connections. I think that's the important thing.
Okay, excellent. Can you how do you think the people should act in terms of their community activities after this conference? Because the conference happens only once a year. So do you have some advice for youth, especially about what they should do between these conferences?
I think that's a really good point, because I look at kind of Islamic history, and Muslims, when we look at kind of Islamic movements in the past, Muslims obviously were in each other's company, like they were together, they were working together for very kind of concrete goals. Sometimes if you come here, it can be a bit abstract, like we're told about what we should do and we've got the ideas, but we don't put it into practice. I think one of the important things is for people to try to stay in contact with each other, to try to maintain the links that they've built here, and perhaps people who live close by each other can also work out some concrete goals to aim for. So it's not just ideological, but they're going to kind of have some concrete objectives on how they're going to change their community and the area where they live.
Excellent. So basically put the faith and ideology we have learned here into action during these conferences and then get the next set of steps ahead.
Inshallah. Yeah, I think to be, and not to be discouraged as well, to kind of always keep, the vision in mind of the kind of world we want to live in, and not get downhearted about what we see around us. I think to have faith that we can make a difference, even if it's to one other person's life, just in the way we live. Like I met another revert sister here today who's just converted 2 months ago. So there's always hope for being inspired and being inspiring as well.
Thank you very much for your inspiring lectures and for this wonderful inspiring message. We appreciate your help and support here. Thank you. Can I ask you a couple of questions about your experience here at Muslim Congress? It's a quick question, 3-4 minutes, 2 minutes only. Assalamu alaikum, what is your name?
Ali.
And what is your name?
Cheyenne.
Okay, which city are you guys from?
Dallas. Detroit.
Okay, how was your experience at the 7th Annual Convention of the Muslim Congress?
It was fun. It was interesting.
Closer together. Okay, and can you tell me something that you learned from this conference?
Like we learned about like freedom, and, like stuff like that.
Okay. And who was your favorite speaker here?
Mullah Shamshad. Shamshad.
Shamshad was your favorite speaker, and how about yours?
Shamshad.
Oh, yours as well? Okay, wonderful. So do you plan to come here again next year?
Yep.
Excellent. We'll see you again next year. Thank you for coming. Okay. Assalamu alaikum. I'm here at the 7th Annual Convention of the Muslim Congress with Brother Yusuf Trombley. Brother Yusuf, would you like to describe your experience here at the convention?
Sure. This is my second time. And just like last year, it's been a very nice experience. You know, you meet brothers from across the country that, you know, otherwise you wouldn't have met other than perhaps on Facebook or something like that. So it's definitely an event worth coming out to if you can.
Okay, and can you tell me some of the key lessons you learned from this conference, and who were your favorite speakers?
My favorite speaker, without question, is Abdullah Ali Musa. But so far this year, I think my favorite workshop that I attended was concerning the indigenous affairs. I'm an indigenous Muslim. I'm a convert who was raised here. So, you know, I appreciated a lot of different subjects came up during that workshop, considering some of the barriers that we as Muslims in North America need to overcome to really create a stronger community, whether it's racial or socioeconomic or age, what have you, cultural. You know, so far this year, that's been my my favorite experience.
Okay, and how would you, what's your message for the people who may be considering coming for next year? Haven't been to a conference yet, they've never been here before, but they're considering coming to the one that we're going to hold in Detroit next year.
I would say start putting some money away now and make a point to come out. You know, what else are you going to do on 4th of July? You know, but set fireworks off. I would definitely encourage all Muslims to come out and hear the ulema, hear the activists, and just, you know, be with the brothers and the sisters, and definitely heartwarming.
Thank you very much. We'll see you inshallah in Detroit next year. Okay, assalamu alaikum. And Visit Islam Maulana Baig with at the 7th Annual Convention of the Muslim Congress. Maulana Sahib, how has your experience been at this conference so far?
The experience this year has been very calm, serene. It's been very smooth, and it's been very nice because we see a lot of new faces, and it's because of the fact that we're in a new region this year. So we see a lot of new faces that have appeared here, and I think that's good for the movement because that's going to build the movement up, and we want to build it such that truly the whole intention and the goal behind it is to get ready for Imam Zaman and get our people ready for Imam Zaman. And that's what we want with this. And the more people that come, they'll give the news back to their people and they'll bring them forward.
Okay, thank you very much. Do you have some advice for people who may be considering coming next year to Detroit for the 8th National Convention? They've not come to any convention so far. What is your advice for those people who may be considering coming to a Muslim Congress convention next year?
The advice I can give you is that everyone, they need to understand one thing, right? And whenever there's a flag raised for Islam, for the purpose of Imam Zaman, then everyone should support that flag and should come forward and take part in not just the conference, but the goals of the Shia Islam in America and trying to establish Islam, and trying to establish the hujjat on the people here. And that's what we're trying to do. And the more people that will come, the better it's going to be, because Imam Zaman is expecting every one of you out there to be a part of his movement. And if our goal is Imam Zaman, then this is a movement that is going to lead us to him.
Jazakallah, thank you very much for your time. The lunchroom at the 7th National Convention for Muslim Congress here in Kansas City. What is your name? Muhammad Sayyid has been a great youth volunteer. Muhammad Sayyid, what have you learned in the conference so far?
I have learned many things, like how culture clashes with religion, how to make a hamburger, and sat in the youth versus decadent speech, and we learned the culture and religion clash, the mixture, and I learned about your identity and accepting who you are. You have to have a solid foundation. Yeah.
So would you recommend this conference to other youths of your age? I mean, they have a lot of other things to do. Do you think they should come to the convention in Detroit, which is the 8th convention next year?
Yeah, because all the youth, we need like a bunch of youth together, and once we have all the youth together, you can socialize, and then we can share our experiences together and get a background of each other, and we can figure out how everything's going, and then we can help each other out, because we're all going through the same thing growing up in this country.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Mohammed. Appreciate your support. Yes. Okay, sorry before you go too famous. Assalamu alaikum. What is your name?
Abis.
Abis, where are you from? Chicago. Wonderful. So, Abis, how have you enjoyed the conference so far? Good. Can you tell us a little bit about what you have learned? What are the parts you liked about the conference?
I liked the play. It was really educational to me. And some of the sessions, and those were really educational too. So I learned a lot.
Okay, and do you plan to come to the conference next year in Detroit? Excellent. We'll see you there. Thank you. What is your name?
Zahra Ali.
Zahra Ali, where are you from?
New Jersey.
Okay, Zahra, can you tell us about your experience at the 7th Annual Convention of the Muslim Congress?
Well, I really enjoyed it. The last Muslim Congress I went to was in Dallas, and alhamdulillah, it seems like a larger crowd, and everything's a lot more organized this year. Speakers have been phenomenal, and I feel like there's a lot more. I don't know. I feel like everyone's a lot more interconnected this year than in previous years. There's a lot of like Josh. I don't know. There's a lot of energy and passion this year, which I've seen kind of in years before, but I feel like it's a lot more all together this year, which is I think really great.
Okay, so we're holding the next conference in Detroit, Michigan next year. So would you recommend the conference, and do you have a message for people who might be considering attending that conference next year?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I think what the most important thing is to make sure that you have the correct intention in going, because when we go to these conferences, we can't just go for like our own egos or for just like meeting up with friends or something like that. People like the social aspect, which a lot of people look forward to. I mean, that shouldn't be the main primary goal. And I think that we really need to take advantage of the speakers that are here in the alims, because this is like it's really, for most people, it's like a once-in-a-year opportunity to actually gain real knowledge.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll see you in Detroit next year, inshallah. Sheikh Salim, how are you doing today?
Alhamdulillah, thank you.
How was your experience at the conference here?
Well, it's been a very eventful time. A lot of different people we met, a lot of different functions and activities that we had. In terms of an evaluation, it's hard for me to really sort of give a single word answer because it's going to take time to digest. But alhamdulillah, I can say that there's been a lot of good opportunities.
Okay, as you know, the next convention will be held in Detroit, Michigan next year. What is your message for some people who may be considering coming to the conference? Do you think it's worth their time to come over to Detroit?
I think that there are definite benefits for those who are here to meet with the mu'mineen, to learn, to plan, to strategize, to regroup, to share concerns. There's a lot of benefits, and so for those who have the opportunity, they have the means, they can do so without sacrificing on some of their obligations, for example, then yes, definitely it should inshallah be a great opportunity for them.
Okay, great. And lastly, do you have a message for those who are here? Now that we've gotten the ideology, we've gotten energized, how should we put these thoughts into action in the coming year?
Well, I think that it's easy to talk, and it's easy to agree and nod heads, and especially it's easy to do things like even Salat al-Jama'ah, when it's all set up for you and everyone else is doing it at the same time. But to take this and to carry it on and to apply it is where the challenge is. And so I guess the most important thing is let's act on our words. Let's make this a practical sort of thing where we change, we've made that resolution, we have that motivation, and then we actually put it into practice from the moment we get home. The people that we were before should be different than the people we are now, and we should go back with a different mindset, improved, new motivation, and new plans to lead a different and change and more a better life that takes us closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and closer to the Ahlul Bayt of Islam.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Muslim Congress here in Kansas City. I'm in the lunchroom. What is your name, brother?
Mohammed Al-Zain.
Mohammed?
Zain.
Mohammed Al-Zain. Where are you from?
I came from Detroit, Michigan, but originally from Lebanon, South Lebanon.
Yeah, mashallah. How's your experience at Muslim Congress here? Have you been here before?
I came in 2009, and this is my second time in 2011. And it's been pretty much, very, very nice atmosphere. The kids are learning, inshallah, alhamdulillah. And it's encouraging for every people to come here and benefit from the lectures of the mashayikh and ulema, inshallah.
Okay, and who was your favorite speaker here, and what did you, some of the key messages that you learned in this conference?
Actually, I didn't have the chance to listen to all the mashayikh, but the message is one, that, about the morals, about the, how to communicate with people, how to be, respectful with the other.
And would you recommend, next year we are inshallah going to hold this conference in Detroit. What is your message to the youths that may be considering coming to Detroit next year?
I would like, first of all, from the youth that if they can make a special session for the teenagers, all the young youth, that it's better than going here and there, because I saw some of the youth are climbing here and there. It's better to let them all get together and speak about something that they can benefit for the future.
What is your message for the people, for the youth who may be considering attending the conference? So they've never been to a conference before, and they're considering whether they should come or not, whether it will be boring, whether they will learn something. What is your message to them as one of the youths here?
I believe that this is a very big event in America, and it's pretty much, and I encourage everybody to come here, attend, and I believe they're gonna have a lot of benefits from this big event, which is a Muslim Congress, inshallah.
Thank you very much. We are at the 7th Annual Convention of the Muslim Congress. We are here showing the prize-winning poster for the Muslim Congress, which got the first prize in the category of Artists of 18+. As you can see, this particular poster is about the importance of Salat. It's an extremely beautiful oil painting with a lot of details in it that depicts the sacrifice that Imam Hussain did to establish Salat. On the day of Ashura, his ashab were standing in front, and he was offering Salat, and the ashab were standing in the rain of arrows. And the message here is also very powerful. The idea behind this poster competition was to depict the concept of Imam Hussain and freedom, and the true freedom comes from submission to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So as you can see, the message here is that Imam Hussain sacrificed everything for establishing Salat. Have you prayed today? What excuse do we have for not offering Salat when our Imam, whom we claim to follow, sacrificed everything he had for Salat? If you go to the next poster, this is actually the one that got the first prize. This particular poster shows that the Shias of yesterday were busy in their own lives, and they were busy in the material possessions like the camels, the gold, the big houses, the music, drinking. That was sort of their main concern in life. There were lots of people that were against Imam Hussain, but there were also lots of people who just remained indifferent and busy in their lives, and that's why the Imam was Mazloom, and he was martyred on the plains of Karbala, while there were tens of thousands of people who claimed to be Imam's Shias. However, as you can see, Imam said every day is Ashura and every land is Karbala. On the other side, the artist has shown that the Shias of today are pretty much the same. Unfortunately, they're still thinking about big houses, big cars, earning a lot of dollars, and that seems to be the entire focus of many people's life. They're not against the Imam, but they're completely indifferent to the mission of the Imam, and they're completely buried in the material belongings and in the rat race to get more of them. And that is why the Hussein of today is also Mazloom, and that's why he's still in occultation, because not enough Shias have made the spread of Husseiniyyat and saying labbaik to the Imam the main purpose of their lives. If you come over to the third poster, this is also a really beautiful message. In this poster, it says the consequences of ignorance and inaction are frightful. We have to ensure that history does not repeat itself. One of the reasons that our Imam Mahdi Akhir is in occultation is because if he comes out today, he would be treated the same way as the Ummah treated the other 11 Imams. And hence, until there are enough Shias who are ready to give everything to the Imam, our Imam will stay in occultation. And as you can see, when people do not stand up for the truth, when they want to remain busy in their own lives and not say labbaik to their Imam, then the Quran Samit and the Quran Natiq both are put on the spears. And it is, the whole idea behind Muslim Congress is to prepare the grounds for the arrival of our Imam and to ensure that inshallah not this time, never again, inshallah, that this time the Shias will say labbaik to the Imam, not just from their tongues, but also in terms of the sacrifice that is needed to say labbaik. And again, this is a beautiful picture that the artist has depicted to shake up the hearts of the people and to remind them of their duties. And there is no other purpose of life than to ensure that we are working for the Hujjat of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Everything we do, including taking care of our families, including earning good living, including studies, should all be directed fi sabilillah, because that is also a farz that Allah has put on us, and no farz is more important than to say labbaik to the Imam of our time. We're actually here with the young artist who has won the first prize and has come up with these beautiful posters. His name is Syed Haider Hassan and he's from Chicago. So we'll just go to Haider and talk to him a little bit about how he got inspired by Maulana Abbas Elia and how he was able to depict some of the ideas he learned from him into these pictures. Assalamu alaikum, Haider.
Walaikum assalam.
Where do you live?
Plainfield, Chicago.
Okay, can you tell us about how you got inspired to make such beautiful posters?
Sure. Actually, was just attending Abbas Elia's Majlis last year, and the message that came across was that we just can't sit on the sidelines and stay busy in our own lives without worrying about what's going around us, and the whole message of Karbala and what Imam Hussein really wanted to convey. So that really inspired me to use whatever talents that I could to help promote the message. In my case, it was my art that I do. Before this, it was pretty much all my art was non-religious, but just after that Majlis, I kind of figured out that this is the best way that I can help promote the message. So that's what encouraged me to do this, and that's what my message would be to anyone else, is that look into what you do and see how you can promote that same message. So, yep.
Okay, mashallah, jazakallah. That's great that you got that message and you were able to receive it and put it into action. I had another question about, what is your message to the people? How have you found the conference? Would you recommend it to other people who might be considering attending the conference next year in Detroit?
I would definitely tell people to come, and it's great to be around people that are so spiritual, and get information that kind of awakens you, puts life into perspective, and kind of jolts you to come out of your life and really think about what's more important. We all work, but this should be a real mission for everyone.
Okay, excellent. And what were some of the key messages that you took from the conference, and who were your favorite speakers?
I would say Agha Abbas Elia and Agha Hamza Sadagar, for sure. Mm-hmm.
Okay, excellent. Thank you very much, and we hope to see you next year again at the Detroit conference.
Did I do it?
It was okay.